Good morning. It's your favorite pharmacist. It's another day. It's 9 a.m. Heading towards the pharmacy today for another 12-hour shift. It's funny because yesterday I went to another outlet that I need to cover because one of my best friend, she's on leave, so I need to cover her outlet for the day. The outlet location is a slightly lower socio-economic area, so it possesses a slightly lower income family groups over there, most of them. So I have a very interesting conversation with one of the customers / patient over there in regards the pricings of medication, as soon some of the medication tend to increase in cost price, which lead to increase in selling price, which in totality going to affect all the patient itself. Then the patient have a slight complaint like, how am I going to X, Y, and Z purchase it? It's very expensive. All of this tend to become an issue towards patient adherence towards medication, which make me question whether a universal healthcare coverage, such a mouthful in it, universal healthcare coverage, a good thing. If you look at a level of socially, yeah, it totally makes sense. Let's put aside medication such as a poison C medication, which is like your hay fever medication, your eczema medication. Put that aside. Focus on a chronic medication treatment, like your high blood pressure medication, your diabetes medication, simvastatin. Let's just pinpoint towards insulin. Currently, Malaysia in the government sector are having an issue with supplying insulin towards the patient in the government sector. So it end up causing patient to go towards the private sector, which is the community pharmacy, to purchase their insulin. There's two issues now. What going to happen here is, when there is a shortage of insulin in the government sector, some crops going to cause an issue with the supplying of insulin as well at the private sector. Let's say the brand like Alcon. Is it Alcon? No, Alcon is an eye drop company. I forgot the company itself. It's selling Insugen, which is the generic version for 3 forms of insulin, which is a fast-acting insulin, the long-acting insulin, and the mixed-phase-acting insulin. So currently, even this generic form of insulin is shortage in the private sector. Okay, put aside the supply issue that currently occurring in the pharmacy sector. Just the cost-wise, just the notion of, let's say a patient need to take an fast-acting insulin, which is a insulin R, if I'm not mistaken, the fast-acting insulin. If a patient is not well controlled with their diabetes management, I saw some patients need to take up to 20 units to 22 units of, or 18 units, I forgot. It's around that ball range of fast-acting insulin. And fast-acting insulin usually need to be prescribed TDS or QID. So you add up the amount of that unit. So let's say in a ballpark of 22 units. 22 times 3 is already 66 units. That's crazy for one day. One vial going to add up so fast if a patient need to be taking it for 3 months. Let's say, or 1 month, just a 1 month supply. One vial of insulin, mind you, this is the generic form, is 22 ringgit. 22 ringgit. If let's say the pharmacy need to supply 3 vials for a month, let's just say, that is already 66 ringgit. So it's crazy for a patient need to cough up. Let's say they are in a lower status economic wise, not a very strong household financially, they need to cough up 66 bucks. That's crazy just to survive. Because if their diabetes management isn't well controlled, man, the amount of complication the patient going to experience is crazy. So the amount of coverage financially, if you have this type of chronic medical condition, is crazy. That's why you need to think about like universal healthcare coverage. But on the flip side, if you break down the economics behind it, it doesn't make sense. Let's be honest. Everything is a business. If you do a universal healthcare coverage, how is the breakdown financially towards the company? Because the reason why the original company medication, let's say the most easiest one is Nova's amlodipine, in comparison towards the generic form, the price is like 3 times or 4 times the amount. It's because the original company need to invest in not only a third party checking for the medication, also for the the research department of it. So obviously all of this require capital to produce it. I'm not sure if all community, all country using the universal healthcare coverage can help promote a better financial economics towards all this big pharma to continue doing well and great job in the research department in producing proper pharmaceutical medications towards a much more efficient increasing adherence towards medication to the patient itself. So it's always a two sides of the question. In hindsight, universal healthcare coverage is very good because it's going to help a ton of people in the short term. Don't get me wrong, but is it the end all and be all of it? Because in the pharmaceutical sector, the industry itself, will it benefit them? Maybe right wingers or someone who against big pharma will say like, oh, of course they're not going to benefit this because their their bank account going to get affected, because most probably the finance of the company itself going to take a hit if there is a universal healthcare coverage. But if their company going to take a hit, will they invest more in their research department? So that's the question to be asked. Don't get me wrong, I'm not economics, I don't know anything about this, but it's a really interesting topic to discuss and to debate in regarding universal healthcare coverage. So yeah, it is a really interesting topic to discuss. Previously, I'm not a big fan of universal healthcare coverage because of my political view. But after talking to more patients and hearing out their grievances, maybe there is a place for universal healthcare coverage. But you still need to think about how does a universal healthcare coverage will affect the whole pool or the community of the health field itself. So it's always a good debate to have a discussion regarding this issue. So yeah, that is me yapping for almost 12 minutes in regarding towards universal healthcare coverage. It is what it is. So we're almost reaching our pharmacy right now. Later, as always, I'm going to show you a snippet of today late day. Going to be very interesting. I like doing late days because even though it's such a drag and it's very hard, the DOMs of a good late workout is always satisfying, isn't it? So yeah, stay tuned. Later around 10 p.m. we're going to go to the gym and hit legs. Until then, see you in the next clip. Bismillah. And we are done with work. Right now it's 9:45. We are heading to the gym right now. And what a very tiring day it was. A very tiring day. Just a lot of work. Need to handle a lot of paperwork, a lot of patient walk-in, and yeah, very tiring. A bit stressful at times, but it is what it is, innit? So today we're gonna do legs. Not the most ideal condition, obviously. The body is very tired. We only have the trusted bun to fuel our workout, but we still gonna go to the gym and pay our dues. So yeah, on our way. Later, as always, I will show you guys my some snippets of today's leg workout. Usually my leg workout, I don't do much workout for my legs. Usually we start off with 3 to 4 sets of leg extension till failure, 3 to 4 sets lying hamstring curl till failure, or just stiff leg stuff. Then we going to do a bit of an abductor work because I have a really stiff left hip. So doing some abductor work just to open up the fascias of the muscle in my hip to help with later those heavy movement. So for the meat and potato of the workout will consist of, most probably I will go for the hack squat, because I think the hack squat really is a really good workout to build overall thickness and growth towards the quads. Obviously my ideal workout for legs is slow and control barbell squat, but lately I think due to the stiffness on my left hip, it become an hindrance toward my gains, as the next 2 to 3 days I just have like a very sore and stiff lower back. So for now I try to avoid doing barbell squats. Smith still okay, but barbell squats in particular really cause a major issue for me. So that's why we go for a hack squat. Don't put a lot of load on my lower back, and I can still lift heavy to produce a much more better quad gains. If the hack squat is occupied, then we will change to the hammer strength squat. So yeah, later you guys going to see what I do for my leg workout. Yeah. Enjoy my leg day. best way, because when we enter the gym, like, oh my god, the gym is so packed, like super packed. I can't start my working set with a leg extension, which I usually prefer to start with, but we pivot and we start with the hip adductors. So we did that. Then afterwards we go to, rather than doing a lying hamstring curls, we did a stiff leg, like a stiff leg extension, if I'm not mistaken. Then we go towards the leg extension. The leg extension really feels good today. First time doing a banded head squat. Spoiler alert, I really love it. Not only it able to quote unquote stroke your ego, because of the banded resistance, it took off like a slight amount of weight when you're going up. So when you deep inside those squat position, it actually feels like someone give a slight assist when you're going up, when you're pressing the weight up. And secondly, the most important thing, not important thing, but like the most beneficial that I able to notice when I'm doing the banded resistance hack squat is that, damn, my knees don't bother me at all. I did 100 and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, most probably 130 kilograms on the hack squat, and not even one bit of my knee is having any issue with it, because it just took off a slight pressure on your knee when you're at that bottom end in your squat position. So when you explode out, it somewhat assists your reps. So the amount of pressure that being put on your knee is very minimum. Now I think in the coming future, most probably all of my hack squat gonna be with a banded resistance. Maybe I'm going to go to Decathlon and purchase a slightly lighter resistance, because at some point I do notice the assist is somewhat very noticeable, especially during my feeder sets. A 40 kilo press don't feel anything. It's feeling like a feather on my back, and pressing, it doesn't feel like I'm pressing much weight. So maybe, if I'm not mistaken, the resistance band that being used at the gym is like a 5 kilos resistance band. If I can purchase at Decathlon a 2.5 kilograms resistance band, I think it would be much more beneficial for my leg gains. And obviously, we ended our leg day with a Ronnie Coleman special, which is barbell walking lunges. A fast one today, but a very good session indeed. It's funny, just now I did mention that I'm so tired, feeling very stressful from today's work. Today's 12-hour shift is quite hectic, to say the least, because there's a lot of work that I need to accomplish because of certain reasons that I do not want to overshare. But yeah, but just going to the gym is such a good therapy for the mind and also for the soul, man. Do you ever saw the memes like 9 a.m. at work feeling tired and sleepy, 1 p.m. at work feeling tired and sleepy, 6 p.m. at work feeling tired and sleepy? Once you step into the gym, suddenly you just feel full of energy. That is exactly me today. So yeah, it's a good day, obviously. Good workout, accomplished a lot of things at work today, so feeling very blessed. Tomorrow need to wake up rather early because we have a meeting need to attend at the pharmacy tomorrow around 8:30 a.m. Need to be there already. So yeah, it's a good day, obviously. Feeling super blessed, and it's rainy. In Islam, it's stated that rain is in Arabic called rahmat, which is a blessing. So today is just another day full of blessing, even though I do notice that I complain internally quite a lot. That is something that I want to learn to reduce, especially going into 2025 and becoming more grateful to everything that occur around me. So yeah, a lesson to remember: always need to be grateful because God always wants the best for you. So I think that is all for today's video. The early portion of this video might be a bit controversial, maybe, but obviously it's a really good topic to discuss as a discord in regards of universal healthcare coverage. Oh yeah, hopefully in the comment section there will be a slight discussion. If people watch this video, hopefully there will be a slight discussion in regards universal healthcare coverage. I think that is all for me today. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on this video. And I think that is all for me today. This is your favorite pharmacist,